So in the last episode, we spoke about why an AI company needs a lab. But you cannot just start building a lab. A lot of things have to fall in place before you can start breaking the walls down. So how do you start planning for a lab in the first place?
When I first heard that we were building a lab on the 5th floor of an office building, I was like, okay, yeah, we already have a lab on the 5th floor of an office building, but I do know already that it comes with a lot of challenges. So the obvious question is, why not just move to Science Park or to a building that's already set up for labs? But we thought about it, and the honest answer is that this office is where Cradle lives. The bacterial lab is here, the team is here, the culture is here. Splitting the company across 2 locations would have cost us more than construction headaches did, even though it meant a lot more problem solving.
I have worked in cell culture labs before. You go back to what did I use in the lab before. So you start off with the basics, your incubator, your flow hood, flow cytometer, and at some point an imaging system. Those are things that you need to have, of course, similar to enough freezer space. The minus 150, for example, for our cell lines is something that we really needed to have as well.
And then we built the floor plan, so where all the pieces of equipment would go. Yeah, there were a few moments in the project that I thought, yeah, this might be a problem, but we always found a solution.
When we started Cradle and we realized the value of generating real-life wet lab data to support the training and benchmarking of our models, we were faced with a choice. Do we work with only contract research organizations and outsource this experimentation, or do we build it in-house? We decided to build it in-house because that enables a really tight feedback loop where we're generating data at a very, very short turnaround time. Also, having a wet lab is that our software engineers and machine learning engineers spend time in the wet lab. They understand what goes into running a really good experiment. All of these ground understanding of the experimental process helps us to develop a software platform that better serves scientists.
Mammalian work has a different safety profile compared to bacterial work. We work in a biosafety level 2 environment, which means we handle cells that need to be contained, both for our own safety and to keep the cells uncontaminated. So everything happens in the biosafety cabinet. Everything is sterile and every step is logged.
Most labs are best kept at room temperature, and we have a lot of equipment that produce a lot of heat. So you need air conditioning to keep that temperature stable. So that's what we needed to know, how much capacity of air conditioning do we need. We needed CO2 gas to feed our incubators to be able to grow the mammalian cell lines. Stuff like that, we needed to figure out that we needed that. And initially that's something that you wouldn't think of, except when you really have that list of all the equipment that you need. Where we would put doors, where we would put a sink, where we would need all the electricity sockets, on which point the light switch should go. And we had like 12 versions of the floor plan in the end, yeah.
So we want a lab, we have a plan in place. Now things get real. More on that in the next episode.